There is a book written by Dr. Ross Green. It is called The Explosive Child. It talks about children with differences, not the ordinary child that can self-soothe and emotionally regulate themselves. These children have lagging skill sets, and it's important for us to recognize that and to be realistic about what we expect for them. Some of the issues they have are executive functioning, that ability to plan and organize their day. They're the ones that the backpacks are full of all kinds of stuff and you don't know what they are and they don't know what they are. All kinds of work not finished, never handing in permission slips or anything. Then the language processing. Most children with these neurological ADHD and mental health issues, they have a hard time processing the language, and then they have a hard time verbalizing. They don't hear necessarily what you're saying. So it's important to be able to repeat, did you hear what I said? Tell me what I said. Help me out, right? The other thing is the emotional regulation. They get fixed on something and they cannot get off of it, whether it be Legos, candy. There's 3 plans. Plan A is our go-to. It's about handling problems by imposing our will. I don't care, you're gonna do this. An explosive outburst normally occurs when the cognitive demands being placed upon a person exceeds their capacity to respond appropriately. So that's where the realistic expectations come in. Plan A plus a child or teen with lagging skills equals explosive behaviors. So when you start saying, no, I won't do it, you will do this, or you cannot go, I don't care what you say, that's the plan A that we want to work on diminishing. We don't want to go there. The next one is plan C. We're going to talk about, it's out of order. Plan C, it talks about just dropping the expectation now to avoid an explosion. I'm not even going to deal with that. I have stuff to do, I don't care. It doesn't mean you necessarily give in, but it's about picking and choosing. Is that the behavior I really need to focus on? Giving in is if you started with plan A, no, I won't, you cannot do that, and then you go to plan C, right? But to try to be proactive to prevent an explosion. First, if you predict that a specific trigger will lead to an explosion, it is more realistic to let it go and focus on a higher priority behavior. I always say don't sweat the small stuff. An example is any safety issue, that's a priority. A child not eating their vegetables at dinner, maybe you want to work on that later, as long as they're getting appropriate nutrition. Plan B is the preferred method. It's about, and I've used this word before, collaborative parenting. There's 3 steps. There's the empathy step, defining the problem step, and the invitation step. And I'll break these down a little bit further for you. The empathy step, gathering the information to obtain a clear understanding of the child's teen's concern or their perspective on an unresolved problem. Example, my teacher, she's mean. She doesn't give me the work and she goes too fast, I can't do it. To talk to the child, to gather the information, to see what you can work towards together to help solve the problem. Going further to define the problem. Okay, this is my concern. I'm concerned about your grades. And looking at how the issue is affecting the child and others. I'm concerned about this because this is affecting your overall grades. And it's something that's really important. And I want to be able to help you work through this problem. Can you help me define more specifics about the problem? The invitation step. The goal is to brainstorm solutions that are realistic for your child and that are mutually satisfactory, meaning the solution truly addresses concerns of both the parent and the child. An example of a problem that a child may have a hard time getting to is, I don't want to ask questions in class. People are going to think I'm stupid. So to really work through that and come up with different ways the child can still get help without singling themselves out. I highly recommend that parents read the book. It's really valuable. And the one thing that stands out in this book is that children, for the most part, want to do well. These behaviors, these challenges, they don't want to have to go through this. Most children want to be successful, but we have to be realistic and understand it's not that they just don't care or they don't want to or that they're not motivated. It's about they're having lagging skills that are preventing them from being successful, and they need more help from the school and from the parents.